such people. They will ensure that they align with how they perceive certain things to be able to come up with something that matches the demand of the people or the students you are developing the curriculum for. That's what we spoke about. And we saw perennialism, where we saw that knowledge has been in the so some knowledge have been in the system for so long. They have been in the system for so long, and these knowledge still have their relevance as we speak. And so no matter what happens, we need to ensure that people embrace it. We came to talk about pragmatism, that is to do, and under that we spoke about it calling for practical consequences, that whatever we do, we need to let people engage themselves in some of this hands-on learning. Let the people do it, let the student do it. Teachers, let us pave way so that our students will be able to think critically. They believe in the power of reasoning. Of course, we spoke about that the last time we met. We also came to talk about progressivism, where they also believe in true experimentation. They believe in true experimentation, that let the organism, that is the student, in his or her environment, try to react and create that type of experience you want the child or you want the student to learn. We spoke about existentialism. Yes, existentialism directly links to the environment. So whatever we are doing, we need to be dependent on some of the experiences the learners might have gathered. Then we came to talk about the the essential, the essentialist or essentialism, and that one also spoke about the core. That's there are certain knowledge that everyone is expected to learn about or is expected to know. For that matter, let us now emphasize the core curriculum. And so you see that for them to promote the common core, the common knowledge for everyone. And these subjects are made compulsory. Most of the time, they use them as a yardstick, to determine whether someone qualifies to move to the next stage or not. And so that is what mostly happens. Then we came to talk about the focus, the focal point when you are developing a curriculum. And we spoke about three things that any curriculum developer, based on what he or she wants to do, will try to look at it from the perspective where the person is developing it to suit because of the importance of the subject matter or the learner or the society at large. And there were some specific questions that the developer is supposed to find or provide answers to be able to craft something solid, something great to be used. Now, having said that, we are now going to dig or dive deeper into the RME curriculum and see what are some of the things in there. And so we shall see the meaning, the scope, and the rationale of the new curriculum. You know, for now, we are using new RME curriculum. And for religious people, for religious education, our scope is very large. That is why you are able to get employed the moment you are that the moment there is any vacancy somewhere, you're able to go there. You can go to the primary, you can go to the JHS, you can go to the SHS, and you can also climb to the tertiary. You can go to the colleges of education. Wow, this is amazing. Provided you don't stay at one stage. Okay, so you can just go higher and higher. It doesn't end. And lastly, in case you want to use, if you have been caught, if yours wasn't a missed call, you can try to establish a church. And of course, because you have a little knowledge of the Bible, you can manage it and do that. So there are so many opportunities. You can go into counseling, you can go into psychology, you can go into special education. There are so many opportunities available there for you. So the meaning of religious and moral education, it is just an academic discipline that like all the disciplines we know, all the various disciplines we know. We have science, we have mathematics, we have English, we have agriculture, then we have religious and moral education, we have engineering. So all of them are discipline. And these subjects or this course is also a broad discipline that people devote themselves to just go there to study. And it is very broad. It's very broad. It's very broad in the sense that it integrates different disciplines. And all of these disciplines have various things that you'll be able to write. And so you don't get limited. Unlike some places that I know, they don't have much issues to write about. It seems they have occupied all the places and they are trying to now run to us, because you can get issues in religious studies, you can get issues in moral education, you can get issues in education. So all for us, we have three broad areas that we are looking at or we look at. And whenever you enter it, you are able to excel. Okay. It also integrates Christianity, Islam, AIR, what we are doing at the SHS level now. That's religious studies. Religious studies. Okay. So these things, the integrated one is seen at the SHS in the religious studies curriculum for the SHS. Please, has anyone downloaded the SHS curriculum, religious studies? Please put up your hand. Let me see. If you have downloaded the curriculum, put up your hand. Raise your hand. Okay, so Juliana. Julie, I gave assignments, gave you an assignment, and only Julie did it. My pen. Okay, so Juliana Arthur. Anyone else? Juliana Arthur. Please, if you have downloaded the religious studies curriculum, raise your hand. Julie, I have seen you. I have recorded yours. Please put down your hand. Abdullah, are you sure that you have downloaded it?
I've downloaded the SHS curriculum.
Okay. Then Abdul Fattah. All right. So only 3 people have done that. Only 3 people have done that. I see. Okay. I'll not see anything. I've just recorded. So use downloaded. Partners curriculum. Great. So when you open or when you have a microscopic view of the SHS curriculum, you see that they talk about it talks about the 3 major religions that are being practiced in Ghana, and RLE seeks to help learners to develop positive attitude towards values, positive attitudes and values, so that they can make some sound moral judgment. You just present, oh, is it right or wrong? Today something happened on the platform and I'm not happy at all with it. People, there is an implication if you give people different names. So because I know I have a good sound moral judgment, I said no, it is not right for you to give me someone's name. Those of you on that platform, you might have seen it on the platform which you left to come and join the curriculum studies. You would have seen it. That's not my name. So you know that this is wrong, that is right. This is wrong, that is right. That is one of the benefits you get. It also helps people to make appropriate choices and decisions in life, and also helps them make good. So it also helps them through their training. It also helps them to do so many things that we expect to be doing in a community, in a given community. And so when you're looking at it critically, then you see that the RME curriculum has been designed to develop and inform the conscience, help the conscience of the learner to develop. And what is the conscience? Conscience here is the inner voice of a person that determines whether an action is right or wrong. And so someone will tell you that the conscience is the supreme judge within us. Maybe you were just walking on the roadside and unfortunately you just splashed water on someone. The person now stands and say, why have you done this to me? In the course of maybe the argument, you just insult the person and you just go your way. Now, as you were reflecting over what happened to you within the day, you now come to appreciate that, oh, I didn't do it well at all. And so you see that you feel that you feel, oh, had I known, I wouldn't have done what I did. And that's the role the conscience is playing. So RME also helps develop the skills and attitudes that will enable people to think critically and also make sound moral judgments. That is it. And so in all the various fields, we are expected to be developing these competencies in our learners. Now with the scope, you will see that we cover both religious and non-religious issues. We also cover both religious personalities and their practices. So someone like Jesus, when you are talking about, when you pick, how do you call it, CRS or IRS, you get the personalities in there. You can talk about the Prophet Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You talk about him there. You can talk about Jesus, the Messiah in there. You can talk about Gautama Buddha. You can talk about the Hindu. For the Hindu, they don't have one single founder. Then the same way applies to ATR. But then we can talk about Konfuanochi. He's not the founder of AIR or ATR. He was, we should say that he was one of the stakeholders, and he was also a priest, a high priest in there. So we talk about all of these issues in religious studies. Then we also deal with moral issues like good deeds and rewards, bad deeds and punishment, and we talk about ways to reform people's behavior. So we will come across different scholars and how they perceive it. So after going through the course, after going through RME with a proper training, you now appreciate that, oh, the way this person is behaving, I am not surprised at all. One of the theories that I have loved so much is this Goldman, that at a point in time, someone can say that, oh, Goldman and James Fowler, they say people have different stages of development, religious development. And so you see that this person is going or is attending church nicely. Tomorrow, the person you see him and said, oh, for me, I have stopped the church. It's not that they didn't give him some food to eat. It is a stage he has reached.
I think I'm off. Or is it affecting everybody?
Yes, it's affecting me here too.
Uh,
Oh, sorry. Um, the machine has unfortunately gone off right now, so I have to.
Same here.
okay.
Yes. So there are
Okay.
there are issues in there that we discuss. There are issues in there we discuss. So at a point in time, you see that the person has stopped attending church. And you see, in the olden days, they will tell you this person didn't come to church. Maybe on Sundays and Saturdays, the school will send a rep to go to all the churches to go and just.
Please, sorry for interruption. I think the screen is off stage. Okay, the same problem has come.
Yeah, so on Sunday, please, can you hear me?
We hear you, but we can't see the screen where the
Yes,
slides is.
yes, I'm now sharing it. I'm now
Okay.
sharing.
Okay.
Yeah, so on Sunday, you see that the various schools will send their representatives to the churches to go and check if people came to church or not. So they will take attendance. It's a Monday morning. They say yes, roll call. We have seen that some people didn't go to church. So you see that's when they will start caning them for not going to church. And all those things were wrong. Those things were wrong. They were indoctrinating them. And again, they were also they didn't understand that it's a stage everyone is supposed to go through. It's like you are in a house right now, all of a sudden you could see that your husband has changed. The ladies, you can see that your husband has changed all of a sudden. Why? No. Did you take your time to ask him why he is behaving that way? You see, men are per research at a point in time, they will just sit down and say, so what at all do I get in this life? For me, I don't chase women. I don't do alcoholic. I don't I don't stake lotto. I don't stake any bets. What do I want to do? Now, it appears I'm not a man at all. You see that they will start doing such things. So if you are in the house and you, the wife, you see that change, you now tend to be questioning your husband. Go Nemo, so what happened? What happened to the extent that you don't eat in the house, you have not been sleeping here and there, and a whole lot of things. It's a stage the person has gone through. So through all of these, we'll be able to appreciate most of some of these issues. Very interesting. Very interesting topics are ahead of us. Very interesting. And the time, okay, you have heard you. I've heard you. So Salima too. I've heard you. Good. Please, when I ask you to do something, go and do it. please, when I ask you to go and do something, go and do it. This one, our award marks to the 3 people who indicated, and I also Salima too.
Please, I read up my hand, but I also downloaded it.
I didn't see you raising your hand, please. Who is talking?
Please, it's Agnes.
Okay, you have heard you. So Salima too. If we should have time, like today lecture, I'll not do it. Like I will not do it at all. So that you use that time to go and download it, but then you consider the topic treated. All right. So we come to the rationale for teaching RME. The rationale for teaching RME is that let me just tell you direct, but then there are some issues around it. So let me locate it here for you. Here is the rationale for teaching RME. There's a rationale. So issues about morality and religion have engaged our attention since the time humans were created, and RME has come in to help us understand it. Okay, I have heard you. So it is only RME and social studies that will dedicate themselves to talk about some of these religious and moral issues. Although recently we see some accounting works talking about moral issues. But then RME has been given the mandate to handle that, and we are interested in human development and their growth in the Ghanaian society. And the development comes in social development, religious development, moral development, and all the development you can talk about. And so if that is happening, then we need to know that our various homes too will be stakeholders. They are stakeholders, and they are interested in ensuring that their family members enjoy all of these things. And so the subject, that's RME as a subject, seeks to reinforce the informal religious and moral training your children or your students or you yourself once received in the home and within the society. So we are there to reinforce. It means that the school has taken it upon itself to now endorse or choose certain behaviors that are good and also put away some of the behaviors that are not good. That is what we say reinforce. So when a behavior is copied from the house and it is very good, you will see that the teacher will now say that this behavior is good, and so continue doing it. It is a way we are reinforcing it. And there are those who we don't think they are good. For that matter, we will help to wipe them off. And why is it that the school has been given that mandate and it's not any other institution? It is a school because the school has well-trained teachers. These teachers have gone through the psychology of learning. They know how learners develop. They know the strategies that they can use to maximize student learning. They know what to do for students to learn. They are able to identify problems that are inhibited in the individual learners, who will at the end of the day help the learners to overcome such challenges. So the teachers are in the right position to do that. They also know philosophy of education, the philosophy of education. You see, they know the rationale for teaching the various courses. They know the methods. It is not every person who is able to learn or who is able to be impacted, who is able, who you are able to touch. There are individual differences in the classroom, and as a teacher, you are supposed to be able to handle them equally. And for that matter, we need the teacher who has gone through such a training to be able to do that. That is why we are saying that we are going to reinforce. There are certain things, certain behaviors, if you demonstrate them right now, if you don't take care, you'll be in prison. But then the home might have taught you that. Let me give you a real scenario. There is a friend of mine, the friend was telling me there were two ladies. Now they were all in school. One vacation, they went home. And he said before they went home, the friend was talking to their parents, and the way she was, hey mama, hey mama, first come I'm there. Hey. So to wait, hey mama, you people should bring me money. If you don't bring me money, I'll do what I want, whatever I want to do. They said, hey. So all of them were surprised. All the colleagues, you see, you are from different backgrounds and you've met on campus. And so they were concerned that, why, how is this person behaving? Why is the person behaving this way? Is it that the person is just coming from a different village or way? So she just held her horses till they went to the house one day, and the moment they got to the house, come and see the way this person started talking to the parents. Hey, mama, hey. Is it, hey. So what is wrong? What is wrong with this person? You see, she just monitored instead of you have come with a stranger. Why don't you just go introduce the person to, let's say, why don't you go and greet your parents, introduce your friend, and say, hey, I have come with a friend. So he said, oh, okay, so this is how and the parents who were talking the same way. So there are certain things that you don't need to do. Now you come to the school and you'll be taught how to do some of these things. Do you even know that table manners we learn from school? You know that. You learned that in your SHS. But how many homes do teach how to use cutlery set and some of these things? So the school is the organization or the institution that has been set up to reinforce this informal religious. So we consider these practices as informal. If it is supposed to be a right thing that they are doing in their various homes, then we should say that the formal religious and moral training they are receiving. But then that is not happening because different parents, even within the parent themselves, they are from different backgrounds and they are raising them. So we have the school to serve as a neutral body that is at the middle, that is now guiding in the selection and in how people should behave. So of course, we believe that the nation is confronted with so many moral issues today, and some of these moral issues entail corruption, smuggling of unnecessary things, bribery. I think today I saw in the news that there is a policeman at BA Bono, and that police has been taking bribe and he has been caught and bullying. Today, bullying the military. Is it the WOI? Is it William? The Bema camp issue. Are we there? Are we there? Have you that incident? Have you heard about that incident?
The military man who assaulted
Yes, yes,
attendant one lady.
yes.
Yeah, I heard. I saw it today on TV3. And then this
Yes.
afternoon,
So,
that he have been picked by the police.
yes. You see, the lady in question, we are told, was the lady is
The sister
oh,
general daughter.
well, you see, only 65 Ghana cedis. And so look at what has happened to you. If you don't take care, I was reading about the consequence, the likely consequence of his action. If you don't take care, your job will be wiped off. You see, because of 65 cedis. 65 cedis. Oh. Well, it is his blood, something that he has fought over. So these are the issues that are confronting us. And every day we meet different issues. We are confronted with different problems. And how do we go about some of these things? Today, Galamsey has become the talk for the day. Corruption in the OSP and the Auditor General everywhere. We have foreign values and cultures also flying in to confuse us. Let us keep our heads and go to school. No matter what will be the consequence, keep your heads and stay in the classroom. Foreign culture, just mesmerizing and messing up hours for us. So these are some of the issues we are encountering. So education must make the learners aware of the dangers these things pose to themselves as individuals. So I remember when, I think on the Monday after the incident, after the Minister of Education, that's Honorable Haruna Idrisu, had spoken, I said, hey, then I had to come in as a scholar. And yes, I'm a scholar. So I had to come in on, I just chanced on one Facebook quote message, and I sent a message there. That you see, if we are to allow the student to do some of these things, there will be a time when, because they are not able, the females are not able to get money to go and do some of these things. The floodgate is just going to be open for them to engage themselves in all dubious means. Some of them are going to sell drugs. Some of them are going to do hookups just to get money. So we need to be talking about some of them. So many homes and communities may be unable, they are unable to provide the type of training adequately that is deserved, that is supposed to be given due to the demands of the modern environment. And so for my PhD thesis, which I am 97% done, I was talking about some of these things in there. That the school is supposed to be a place where we are serving as surrogates to the parent. We are serving as surrogates, as substitute to the parent. Now, how do you handle some of these issues if you don't know what you are doing? So it has therefore become necessary for the school to provide education. And the education here is what we are talking about. Every child is supposed to be loved, but due to the economic hardship and due to the demands of work and also trying to compete in a corporate world, some parents do not get time to take care of their children. That is why being a teacher is one of the best. As at this time, if you want to teach, of course, for lecturers, we do teach by 8:30, 9 days we can still be teaching. But then you can get time for your children. Unlike some bankers I know, some occupations that I know. You see, they leave early in the morning. Some leave by 4. I'm going to buy tomatoes. I need to go and buy tomatoes. I need to go and run after a car to get tomatoes so that I can go and sell in the market. I need to go and get cassava. I need to go and do that. And all of these things are being used to pay school fees. Very good, excellent. But then the ones you are suffering for, the students, your wards or children you are suffering for are left on their own. Some of them are left for their siblings. Some who don't even know what they are doing. They are not able to take care of themselves. Some of them are left in the hands of caretakers, and they don't know. Some of them are just showing them bad behaviors. And so the school is the right place that can provide these things. That is why the school is very important. We need to help people become responsible. We need to help people become patriotic citizens. These parents will come back. They will come back around 9. Around 9. So if their children will get to know or get to see them, it will be, let's say, maybe weekends. Even without weekends, they have other activities they will be attending to. Maybe even if kids not taken, they will like to cook and keep in the fridge, dish them out for the week ahead of them. And so they are not able to pay attention to their children's needs. And it is teachers who always meet these students in the classroom setting and guide them in their learning. That is why teachers need to be treated. That's why they need to be receiving the highest amount of salary on this planet called Earth. Because for someone to be someone important in life, the teacher plays about 90% role. Although the parents will just come in, they'll tell you we play about 30% role. Yes. The parents will do whatever they can do. They can squeeze water out of stone, and at the end of the day, the teachers are the ones going to help mold some of these behaviors. Teachers, you are very important. So kudos to all of you. So the changes in the way of life as a result of education, population growth, and contact with the outside world, that's a foreign culture. They're introducing both positive and negative things, therefore affecting the moral fabric of the community. So these are the challenges that we are encountering. If that's the case, then the school needs to set in to guide learners for them to be able to make meaningful and positive impact in people's lives. Right. So I think this is just a repetition of the points we're talking about. Now, we want to, having seen the rationale for teaching religious and moral education, we want to move straight away, talk about the philosophy. Please, the various philosophy. We have learning philosophy and the teaching philosophy. So teaching, whenever you're talking about teaching, then it is on the part of the teacher. Whenever you're talking about learning, it's on the part of the students. It's the students who do, the students, they do the learning and the teachers do the teaching, right? So the teaching philosophy is saying that RME should be learner-centered. Please, for me to say that RME doesn't mean that you don't do learner-centered in CRS or religious studies. Wherever you find yourself, it is supposed to be learner-centered. Whatever we are learning here, you need to apply them at all levels, wherever you find yourself. You need to do that. And so the teaching of RME is supposed, let's say, must be learner-centered rather than teacher-centered. It has an implication. It means that whatever you are doing, you need to think about your learners. The content you are presenting, is it too difficult to the extent that your students hardly read and understand whatever you have presented. Is that the case? Is it too easy that it doesn't match their level or their, let's say the level of maturity? Do they find it so easy? So there is a movie called Gifted, and I was watching it, and there is a student, I think 6 years old, but the way she is prowess, she's very good in mathematics. She had to just go and join university students so that they could do mathematics together. Meanwhile, she was supposed to be in, let's say, kindergarten. You see? So whatever we are saying, whatever you are doing, ensure that the learners have been taken care of. They are your priority. For them, if they are not there, you don't have any job to do in the school. But that's not also saying that when they are fooling, you should let them be learner-centered so that they will continue to fool. That one is not part of the learner-centeredness. When they are fooling, when they are messing around, you need to call them to action. You need to call them to action. So this falls in line with the Chinese proverb, which says, I hear and I forget. So you hear and you forget, you see and you remember, you do and you understand whatever you have seen perfectly. You have done perfectly. This calls for practicality, where we need to let the learners do rather than we telling them. That's why I've been saying that please come to the lecture, join us, join the lectures. Whenever you are supposed to attend lectures, if you're only free, see, it's only 1 year. By next year, October, by this time, you are graduating. You are graduating. This is not 4 years or 5 years or 6 years. No, it's just only 1 year. So put in all your sacrifices. Engage yourself in whatever we are doing here. Use the opportunity. As we are here right now, you'll be reading alongside it. If you not read alongside it, open your book somewhere and also be reading alongside it. Or before we start the lecture, the moment you have any leisure time, try to read it. So that by the time we'll be done with lectures, you have also covered the entire book. Now you sit, you revise, and the A will start flowing like you are giving your child breast milk, right? So you do and you understand. Don't just let people, don't just listen to whatever we are doing here. Be involving yourself. I wish we can even have presentations so that you will be compelled to read. That's why I asked you, go and download the material, and some of you decided that you will not download. It is disheartening, and it's not nice. Okay. So the adage or the proverb means that when learners are fully involved in the teaching and learning process, they develop great interest in whatever they are learning, and they are able to grasp whatever you are doing. And so in your teaching, now you'll be going for field teaching experience. And when you go out there, you are expected to put your learners at the center. And I don't know whether I said it here, that you don't go and lecture there, although lecture is a method of teaching, but then you don't go and lecture because they will be sitting there looking at you, and as at that level, will they be able to grasp whatever you are giving them? So it's expected that the teaching and learning of religious and moral education will be participatory and not just creating that passive learning. It should be active. It should be active. Oh, okay. So it should be active. Let them participate. When you want to talk about stone, when you want to talk about worship or deities, you take them out. So this is a stone. Do you think this one can inhibit or can just harbor, how do you call it, a god, or is something that exists in the mind? Is it real? So you'll be asking some of these questions. So learners who become passive learners, who become passive, it means they are not engaged much and they will not grasp the information as expected of them. And it is not encouraged that they do that. They are passive learners where they will just be sitting and they would have folded their arms. We rather need to engage them so much so that they will be able to get whatever we are doing. And again, the teaching philosophy calls our attention to we using teaching resources. So the Bible is not a teaching resource, it's a teaching aid. It is the tool for the trade. That is what you need to do it, but it's not the teaching resource. The chalk, people writing chalk, people writing marker, all of these things are teaching aids. They are not resources. Resources are things that will help the people to further understand the concept in another way. So here we're saying that teaching resources play key roles in the teaching and learning process. So there are so many types of resources out there. We have audio resources. We have visual resources. We also have audio visuals, like videos. They are all there. We have community-based resources. So you need to find a way to blend or bring people in all of these. So you'll be teaching about baptism. If you are teaching about baptism, what are you supposed to do? Why don't you get a pool or let's say a bowl of water and in there just show people how, just do, if you want to baptize by immersion, you show them how to do that. You in fact, you need to demonstrate whatever you are doing. If it's a video, fine. If it's an audio, you can use it. If it is an audio visual, you can equally use that one so that the learners will be able to appreciate it. At times people have been telling us, oh, the moment they hear that you are going to read RNA, they say, hey, are you going to be a pastor after the program? No, we don't mean to be pastors after here. And so we need to embellish it. Let us attach some kind of attraction to the field so that learners will appreciate it and they will see that it's not just mere learning for exam sake, but rather the course itself makes sense. It aligns with the inherent logic. It is very important we learn it because of its own inherent logic. Oh, please position yourself well. Maybe where you may be lying in one dark space. That dark space wouldn't favor you. So please try to move around. We shall close around 8:30. Okay. After that, you just run to your place. It's unfortunate. I understand. Okay. So here the teacher. So without this teaching and learning aids, the learners will find very difficult to understand the various themes and concepts you have selected for the learners. And so teachers are therefore encouraged to be able to use some of these resources and find the relevant teaching material that they may need for the lesson. Of course, so we have difference between TLRs and TLMs. And when you say TLM, then you're talking about materials in general. But when you want to bring someone on board, you don't go and say that materials. You don't go there and say material Salimatu, material Gifty. Where is Gifty? Where is Gifty? Where is Gifty? Where is Gifty? I think Sefi. So you don't go there and say Erica. You don't go there and say Isaac Amo. You don't just go there and say is it man of Michael Nyako. You don't just go and say Michael Nyako is a material Michael Nyako. So all of them are resources. All of you are resources. In case I want to invite all of you to come and do something in our class, all of you are resources. You are not materials. So material seller ojo. Hey, material seller ojo. So you'll be offended. There are times we invite resource personnel or resource persons to come and help us understand some of the concept. But then everyone is expected, all of us as teachers, we are expected to treat some topics equally. At times you see that some of the topics are very difficult. You, the teacher, you don't understand. You don't understand it yourself. How much more do you expect someone to sit so that you teach the person? If that's the case, then you need to get someone who is well versed in the field to help you or to guide you understand or be able to teach well. So you have to go and bring in a resource person, someone like a chief imam, a chief priest. Okay, you have to bring him to come and explain some things to you so that your learners will see that kind of diversification. They will appreciate the topic and the lessons, and you, the teacher, too, they will appreciate you for that. And so it will be highly essential for the teachers to use audiovisual resources in their lesson, blah, blah, blah. Learners will also acquire some language skills and other core competencies, and we shall see them from the topics that are supposed to be treated. So just as you have been talking about in your lessons, what are the core competencies that the learners are expected to develop at the end of the day? Okay. In addition, the teachers are expected to relate the various topics to real life situation. It's very important that whatever concept you are teaching, you should be able to now break it down, bring it to the level of the students so that they will be able to understand. That is why you are teaching from the known to the unknown. You try to bring it to suit their own context. You make it so practical so that the learners will appreciate and understand it better. And so the teaching demands that teaching RME demands cultural and religious sensitivity, that you need to be able to respond to all the various cultures in your classroom. You may have Grusi people there, you may have Kusasi, you may have Mosi, you may have Dagomba, you may have Ewe, you may have Fanti, you may have Akuyapem, you may have Asante, you may have Sefi, you may have one people in your class. What are you supposed to do? Try to find a way to blend it so that everyone will be represented in that class. And it's very important we do all of these things. I'm not sure you want to find yourself or put yourself in any big problem. You need to be able to meet their needs and their demands. So teachers must consistently be aware of the need to avoid depicting Allah or the Prophet Muhammad when it comes to some of these things. So you need to know the culture and the teachings and the various things that are being done in the various religions if you want to make everyone happy. Right. Having seen the teaching philosophy, please, any question? Okay. If there's no question, then we move to the learning philosophy.
Yeah, please. Sir.
Yes, sir.
Please, I would like to know the difference between the aid and the resources.
The
aid and the resources.
Yes. So the aid, they are the basic, let me say, the basic tool you need in your profession to work as a teacher. Do you get it?
Yes.
Then the resources are the materials, or let me say, the tools that will help your learners understand a specific concept or topic you are teaching.
Okay, so they are both tools.
They are all tools. But then,
One help the learners understand.
yes,
That's the resources.
that's the resources.
Okay.
Then the aid will help you, just like you need marker or you need chalk, you need duster.
Okay.
You cannot
Okay.
write in your book that the duster is a resource. Of course, it's a resource, but it doesn't help. It doesn't help the learners to understand anything.
Okay. My second question is the teacher that you said we should be real in life. So can I say
Please, your question. I didn't get you well. Hello, Sir Dominic. Sir Dominic. Hello, Sir Dominic. Can you all hear me, please?
Yes, sir.
We are listening to you.
Yes,
I
please, we can
think
hear you.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. I think
Yes,
Dominic
please,
was.
we are listening.
Yes,
okay.
Dominic.
If Sir Dominic is not
Yes, sir.
responding, I want to chip in with a request.
Okay, sir.
I believe it is ongoing, but I have to be. I want to be aware of. I'm requesting that if after the lesson you can put the recordings. If you are recording it, then you can push it to us for us to follow it subsequently.
Well, so on your various platform, I see that the recordings have been posted there without our consent. Let me sound this clearly. Without our consent. They have been posting it on YouTube, and I don't think that should be the best way. You get it?
So in this case, as you as our lecturer engaging us, the one that has been put on through the YouTube, I don't think it will be your humble self. What about you, being our able lecturer, taking us through the concept? If we can get your destiny,
Well,
your
so
engagement as it's going on right now.
yes. So for now, it has been recorded, and it's their duty. It is the center's duty to get it to you. You get it, says Adik.
Yes, sir.
So they will make it available for you.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
You're most welcome. You're most welcome. Yes, I see another hand up. Josephine Pokua. Pokua. Oh. All right. So having seen the teaching philosophy, now let us come to the learning philosophy. So the best way to learn, we perceive it to be through practical activities like demonstration, where we are using role play. I thought I've already shared it with you, the slide. Haven't I shared it with you? Sir Yusuf. Yusuf.
Hello.
Yes, sir. So please, in terms of the Arabic, yes, yes. So please, in terms of the Arabic, can we say it has some relationship to do with social studies? Because I can see we are dealing with specifically and other moral rights. So I don't know. Say it has something to do with social studies.
I don't get you. I don't get you, please.
Hello. Hello, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, please. I'm
Yes.
here. I'm just new here. I don't have the slide, so if you can post it so that I'll get it,
Okay, I've heard you. I've heard you.
I'll be very grateful.
I've heard you. So I'll repost it.
Okay, thank you very much.
I'll repost it to the platform for all
Thank
the
you very
team.
much.
Thank you very much, sir.
You are, you are most welcome.
Thank you.
I thought I sent it to you, so all of you have it. Angel Francis.
Hello, sir. Yes, I was just asking the same thing.
Yes, sir.
The textbook, the slides. So, if possible to resend it, then it will be so much appreciable. Thank you so much, Doctor.
Oh, okay. You're most welcome.
Sir, please, my second
Okay,
question is that
so
The second question.
you said we should get more into the learners real life. That is the teacher. So I'm saying that can we then say that we are going to move from we have to do more than a teacher, so we become educators instead of being a teacher.
Of
Because
course, you are facilitator.
okay,
You are facilitator who is just facilitating the teaching and learning process.
okay,
You get it?
yes, sir.
And you let the student do most of the activities. They do about 70-30, or even let's say 80-20, where the teacher, you're doing only 20%. Then the students are doing most, because their experience counts. At the end of the day, they are even going to write the exams. You see?
Okay.
So when they perform the activities themselves, they get to learn more about. That is why we talked about the Chinese proverb.
Okay, yes.
When they do, they understand. So let them do, so that they will be able to understand it by
Yes.
themselves. You get
When they
it?
see, remember,
Yes.
they hear,
When
they
they
forget.
they will just forget. But when they do, they understand it and understand it perfectly. That is why we want to do that. We want to promote that.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much for the question.
Thank you too.
Right. So I have sent the question. I have sent the slide to the platform, so all of us can follow. All right. So RME. Oh, where was I? The learning philosophy.
Thank you very much, Doctor.
You are welcome. So learners can get a clearer picture of lessons and store such information when they are encouraged to take active part in the lesson. You get it? So it goes back to the Chinese proverb. When they participate in whatever you are doing in the classroom, they are able to reserve and store the information that is given to them. That is why we are calling that let the teaching be learner-centered, in the sense that learners learn best when they are engaged in demonstration. Demonstration is where you are calling someone, or you yourself, you are just standing in front of the entire student and now say, do this. So I do, you also do it. That reminds me, I remember I was teaching about ablution. Oh, when you're in my class, for physical class, in fact, you love it. We were performing some ablution, and I had to call one Muslim. I think for 2 years now, I've been doing that. I had to call one Muslim to come and do it, and all of us were learning where you have to wash your right hand, then you go and wash your left, then you wash your face. Oh, in fact, I loved it. I loved it. I loved it so much. I loved it. So let people demonstrate it. Demonstrate whatever you are teaching, so that they remember. Now, when it happens that they are in the examination hall and they have forgotten everything, they reflect. You see, reflection plays important role in passing examination. So you sit in the classroom and you now remember what you were doing. Okay, so I was doing this, we were doing that, we acted the play, and solo. Let me see. Yusuf in the class did that. So now you remember how to go about it. You'll be able to get something to write at the end of the day, and it has now become part and parcel of you. So in educational principles, the learner's generic skills are fully developed, and only when enough demonstration and activities are undertaken. So the generic skills will just include a whole lot of skills. Is it communication? Is it relationship? Is it comportment? Is it professionalism? Is it patience? All of these things. Is it how to accommodate people? Is it collaboration? All of these are skills the learners are able to develop at the end of the day. And so when you engage them in some of these things, they will learn all of these. So it's very good. At times you do debate in your classroom. In the debates, they will learn how to tolerate other people's view. It's not always the case that you think yours is good. Keep quiet and listen to another person as the person expresses him or herself, educating you on that. So some of them can dance in among your students. Some of them can dance very well. So why don't you find a way, fine tune your content for those guys to dance, singing. I was in a class and most of the content they were teaching, they had been able to compose a song and they were singing, drawing, dramatizing, or just playing role models. They modeling in the classroom. They are able to learn from all of these things. Then games. In the classroom, you can play games. As games will arouse the interest of the students. Go ahead, days when you were sending us to school, we will cry. Please, if you know you are here and you never cried when you were being taken to school for the first time, or let's say for the first week, or at times whenever you're going to school, you didn't cry, please raise your hand. Raise your hand. Oh, if you know you never cried. You never cried when you, hey, peace. Who na lie, Papa? You na lie.
Very true.
Okay, where is your mom? Where is your mom? So that we go and ask your mom.
My
Hey,
mom is not with me here. Very
hey,
true. I've never cried.
hey. Okay. Have you given birth?
Yes, please.
When your children are going to school, do they cry?
No.
Hey. Okay. Hey. Okay, I see. So let me see another person. Hey, Felix. Felix, you were never crying whenever you're going to school.
Yes, sir.
The way you said yes, sir, cry tells me that you used to cry. You.
Oh, sir, no. I mean, I really love school, so I didn't cry. I'm even happy when I'm going to school. I feel happy when I'm going, so I never cry.
I
Ah,
see. In fact, some of them will cry, then their parents will bring their, is it their, there is a syrup that they used to take, like, paracetamol syrup. They will just bring it up after the crying. So it means all of you have been crying. Hey, I have seen my partners here. I have seen my partners, those who were crying. Okay, that's good. But here we are today. Here we are today. So because students will come and they will feel dizzy and they will think, this person is not interesting at all. If that's the case, let me be true ones, hence promoting truancy. If that's the case, we don't want to be encouraging such things. Of course, some of the students, no matter what you do to them, they will be absenting themselves. Today they will come, tomorrow they wouldn't show up. That's truancy. So we need to be using games. Maybe you are teaching now, then you say all of you stand up. Then you do 7 up. 7 Up, you do hey. Okay. So one person should pick the number from the chat so that the person adds you, you are added to the platform. You don't have to take my number 0540. So Paul O2, Paul O2,
Doc,
you
Doc, please, I'm listening.
Yes, kindly WhatsApp me after the class. I've given you my number on the using the chat button. So you WhatsApp
Okay,
me so
Doc.
that I'll add you to the platform.
Okay, Doc. Thank you, sir.
You're most welcome. So we need to be using games. In fact, the teaching of RME is not military ground where we are just going to shoot and kill. We are so flexible over there. So don't go there and be threatening your students. Peace. Your hand is still up. Do you have any question to ask? Then learners are encouraged to work in groups, carry out some of the functions of the teacher, and act as leaders of the groups. So in all of these are class activities that you can engage your learners in, and they should be encouraged. They should guide the learners. Teachers should guide learners in the groups. So you give them group assignments or group activities, then you go there to inspect, be encouraging them. And so the rationale of this philosophy is to inculcate in learners the spirit of teamwork, consensus, and tolerance, in order to be able to develop this peace and unity among your learners. And these things are very important in nation building. So for if you were supposed to be a regular student, let's say regular or the normal code, you would have been doing some of these presentations just to develop some of these things. But for you already developed. And so we'll be doing such things, engage them in presentation, give them group assignments and other activities so that they will learn how to collaborate. And don't forget to give them marks when they do such things. Now we come to the aims, the general and specific aims of the new RME curriculum. Of course, CRS has got its aims too. Religious studies has got its aims. Just like IRS, Islamic Religious Studies has its aims. Then AIR, African Indigenous Religion, has also got its aims, general and specific aims. But then we have for RME is the basics of it all. RME paves way for all of the other religion-related courses. And so the general aim of the RME is that learners have different abilities, and we aim at developing all of these abilities. And so you see that the RME curriculum aims at developing the learners to be literate. They should be literate enough. Of course, these days we have some educated illiterates. They are although educated all right, but then they are illiterate as well. And we see some of these things in our daily conversations. So we are not interested in that. We want to see people who are literate, who are effective problem solvers. You ask them question anytime there's a problem on board, then they are able to find solutions to such problems. They have the ability to think critically and also creatively. Today, you just go online, you visit Facebook, you visit TikTok, you visit all the various social media platforms and handles, you see that that people are creating content, and it's as a result of all of these things. So our education system aims to develop all of these, and RME is not different from them. RME also aims at developing or making people both confident and competent. They need to be confident enough and also be competent to participate as responsible Ghanaians who will help nations building. They will do that. All right. Who is asking the question? Please ask your question. I don't get it. Unmute yourself and talk to me. Ask your question.
Hello, sir.
What? Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, please. Sir, yeah, what I'm asking
Yes,
is,
sir.
you just made mention of, yes, you just made mention of the various aspects having their own aims and objectives. For example, you mentioned CRS, RME, religious studies, and that of the ATR. Yes, and previously I understand that the learners at SHS were doing CRS. So I want to know
Yes.
that based on this new curriculum, are they doing RME as a separate subject, CRS as a separate subject, and also religious studies as a separate subject?
No, please. RME is taught at the basic. By basic, I mean JHS and primary. Then when you climb up, that's the vertical sequence. When you climb up, we have religious studies in there at the top there. That's SHS. You get it?
Yes, please.
Yes. So within the religious studies, we have African indigenous religion. I think that one is a core. That one is a core. Then Christian religious studies. That is CRS. Then there is also Islamic studies, which is IRS. Do you see it? So in case you want to major in Christianity, it means that you are going to pick IRS, IRS, and teach it alongside the Christianity. If you want to teach Islam, you also learn Christian religion. You learn IRS.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much.
Indigenous African religion. You get it? Or African
Yes,
indigenous.
please.
So for the indigenous, it is at the center, but then it depends on you whether you pick Islam or you pick Christianity. In addition to that, so that you'll be specializing into. Now, when you come to the university, you are coming to do a continuation. You are just coming to do a continuation of what you did at the senior high level. Yeah, I think Shadrach. Is it Shadrach? Is it Shadrach's son who is?
Hello, sir.
Yeah, Shadrach.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, please.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, please. Yes, please. Yes, sir. Can you please explain what you are doing? Can you please explain what?
Yes, so I said RME
Hello.
is not taught. RME is not taught at the SHS, but rather it is an upgraded form. Its upgraded form is what we now have as religious studies. Religious studies. Do you get it? Religious studies. And in the religious studies, there are three broad areas. We have African indigenous religion as a core that everyone who is reading, let's say, religion, who is doing religious studies will read, because no matter where you go, you are an African indigenous or indigene. Now it is left up to you to decide whether you want to specialize in Christianity because you are a Christian, or you want to specialize in Islam because you are a Muslim. So you do that alongside African indigenous religion at the SHS level. Now, when you come to the university and you want to do, let's say you've completed SHS and you want to do religion, you are going to continue from where you left off, from the how do you call it? From the SHS, so that you wouldn't suffer much. You get it?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
You're most welcome.
Thank you.
So
sir.
that is what we have in the system now. So these are the general aims of RME, and I've said that RME is the basics. It paves way for the other fields you want to explore. Okay. Now, the specific aims, you're saying that RME, so we have seen the general aims where we are trying to make people good citizens and be able to think critically, give them the abilities to contribute to the development of their countries and or to their nation. And so for the general one, we said, one, it is just to draw, we aim at using RMEU to help learners draw awareness of their creator and the purpose of their existence. So there is someone who created this world. Now, when you look at Charles Darwin's theory of evolution, when he said, "Oh, humans were like apes. In fact, this Earth wasn't anything. It was as a result of the Big Bang theory. People from nowhere just came in and, out of the blue, there was a very big boom. Then the Earth came into existence." But then when you sit down and you look at creation itself, it tells you that there is someone greater than that. And so you are able to now become aware that, oh, someone is there who is watching me. Now I need to render all my worship and I need to obey his instructions. Okay, so you just look at the universe. It can just be cloudy right now, and then within a twinkle of an eye, the cloudiness will be nowhere to be found. Look at the blood. Just look at the blood. Do you know the component of the blood? This one, you're saying that it is just the. Do you know that when you even leave the blood for some time, at times you can see that it is now turning to water. You get it? Let us look at how a man and a woman conceive to get a baby. So sperm from the man, the sperm made up of water and other components moves straight to the woman. The woman gives them egg, and the sperm now comes in to fertilize it. And so you look at all of these things, you can see that you are wonderfully and purposefully made. There is someone who has sent you, who has given you something great that you need to come and achieve on this planet. So whether you live or die, you live to that person. And so we want to use the third RME as an avenue to draw your attention that there is a greater being somewhere. Leave those who are saying there is no God, leave them. Concentrate on this. Then it is to develop an understanding and tolerance of other people's faith and their cultures. In the classroom, just as I've been saying, there are people from different or diverse religious settings, and they come in with their various faith and with their various cultural backgrounds and cultural teachings. And you as a teacher and a student, even a student self, you are supposed to do that. Then to draw the difference between acceptable and unacceptable behavior. That is, we in the course of learning religious and moral education, learning CRS, we'll be able to learn about some of the behaviors that are right and that are not right, that are acceptable and that are unacceptable, that are good and that are evil. And we'll be able to make right decisions and become responsible citizens. You see, then we are able to also acquire the socio-cultural values that are deeply rooted in the various religions we practice in Ghana. That's uh, Islam, ATR or AIR, and Christianity. There are varied values in there, and we need to regard all of them. So we come to appreciate all of them. You wouldn't be somewhere and see that your colleague or your friend or your classmate has bow and is performing ablution or is praying to God, and you just be there somewhere insulting someone, saying, "Ah, you people, look at what you are doing." You will be able to accept each and every one. Then we also aim at developing the spirit of teamwork, collaboration, and togetherness in nation building. So we will be learning all of these things. That there will be a point where we shall talk about the individual's roles, in an organization. We learn all of these things. Then 6, to increasingly develop the ability to respond to religious beliefs and practices in informed and rational, as well as responsible ways. So these are the specific aims for learning religious and moral education. And everyone's religion, don't forget, is good. The believer is always right. No one is wrong. No one's religion is the best. Of course, I am not here to tell you which of the religions is the best. I am not here to do that. But then we will be able to develop and understand all these religious beliefs. So in case you see someone shouting on a field, oh, then you see that the person is indeed calling on his or her creature, or is developing an aware, telling you that he's aware of the various right. So there are core competencies we want to develop, and these core competencies are something you already know if you are teaching. We have critical thinking and problem solving. That is, we want to use RMEU as a discipline to develop critical thinking and problem solving. We also want to encourage creativity and innovation. So creativity is where we are trying to bring something on board, and innovation too is bringing something new on board. But at times we can just look at something that is there and attach some, try to bring something new out of that. Then we have renovation. Renovation is where the thing already exists, but then you are changing a part of it and bring or make it new or make it complete. That is renovation for you. Another core competency we can talk about has to do with communication. I think communication and collaboration, they are not here. Literacy and other competencies that one can talk about. Shadrach, you still have your hand up. Do you have anything to say? Shadrach. Okay, so we are continuing from the approaches to curriculum development.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. It's a mistake, sir.
Oh, okay. Then you are tired. Put your hand down. Yeah. So approaches to curriculum development. One of my professors will tell you, you don't say or say speak English. So we don't say approaches of. It is approach to something. So we are talking about approach to curriculum development. That's when you want to develop a curriculum, there are various approaches you need to consider. That do you want to develop a curriculum that will make people expert in a specific area to the detriment of other fields, or you want to help them become problem solvers where they are getting general knowledge for them to be able to solve societal problems, or you want to bring different ideas together to make it good for the people to be able to grasp whatever you want them to learn. And so if you have in mind that I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to make people experts, then it means that you go for what we call the curriculum experts. So what we said by organization, types of curricula by organization, we spoke about the subject curriculum, the core curriculum. Then we also spoke about the negotiated and the activity curriculum. So we are picking them one after the other and see what you need to do under each of them. So the subject curriculum is the oldest. The subject curriculum is the oldest and most widely curriculum that we use across the nation. It has been the same for so long. And a typical example is the 7 liberal arts. You might have heard of them. And they all were taught in Greece and Rome. And these liberal arts subjects or courses consisted 2 divisions. We have what we call the trivium and the quadrivium. The trivium and the quadrivium. So the trivium means 3, and these are the subjects that made the trivium. They are grammar, rhetoric, and dialectic. Grammar, rhetoric, and dialectic. They made the trivium, and the quadrivium means 4. So we had arithmetic, that is probably talking about mathematics. We had geometry, astronomy, and music. And so you can see that this quadrivium were related to mathematics, that's calculation and calculation. So for astronomy, that's studying the space and the things that happen in there. And then we have music. Music too, you see 4/4/6/8/2/2. They tell you quavers and all the various, so half the beat, there are calculations you need to do. So that's what. So we shall say that the trivium talks about or dealt with languages. Then the quadrivium dealt with calculations or calculations. And so the subject curriculum is designed with the aim of giving the learners all the knowledge that they need to be specialists or experts in a particular field of knowledge. I'm taking that once more. So the subject curriculum aims at giving the learners, or let's say the learner, all that knowledge that is supposed to be given to an individual for the person to become an expert or a specialist in a specific area. So we want to make you an expert, let's say engineering. So whatever we are supposed to give you, you would get it just to become an expert in engineering. You want to become medical doctor. If you want to become medical doctor, we need to pack all the various knowledge. We need to give you all the necessary information so that you'll be able to do it. Of course, there are at times there are some doctors, they will tell you, oh, before you can become an expert, you have to kill someone first. I pray it will never be any of us, so that they will use us as an experiment. So there was this guy that the father asked. He was out of the medics, that's school of medicine. He was asked after his first day, "Hey, Kwadwo, Andrew," he said, "Papa, so how many people did you kill today?" He said, "Papa, I've not killed anyone yet." He said, "Ah, okay. Then we are expecting you to kill someone." You see, so we want you to become an expert in the field. That is why we are giving you that knowledge. So the proponents, that scholars in the field, believe that different knowledge needs to be packed for the student to learn to become the expert and specialist we anticipate and want them to be. And the teacher is the center of the teaching and learning. And so you see that this approach to curriculum design or development focuses or places attention on the teacher. That's what we don't want to do. The teacher is all that important, but then he is not the focus. He is not the one who is going to write the exams. He is not the one who is going to contribute, who is going to get the knowledge to go and contribute to the development of the nation. Although he is contributing to that, but then don't forget, education is not meant for children's life. It's meant for adult life. So we want you to be able to guide the learners for them to be able to go out there and make meaningful impact. And so there are characteristics of the subject curriculum. The subject curriculum. And the subject, so for that one, the characteristics are two. There are distinctive characteristics and essential characteristics. The distinctive characteristics means that this one is so distinctive to me. It is so unique to me. So for the distinctive characteristics, you see that so far as the subject matter is concerned, these can be only seen under the subject curriculum, but cannot be found anywhere under any of the other approaches to curriculum development. That's what it means. Then the essential means it is here and can also be there. So it will be like a lady who is dating 3 guys. You are here and you are also there and you are there. For the essential, it cut across board. Everyone can have that characteristics. But for the distinctive, it is so unique to that specific type. Is that okay? Is that okay? Can I continue?
Yes, sir.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So the first characteristic that is so unique to the subject curriculum is that the subject curriculum is classified and organized in accordance with the division of labor in research. So researchers are out there telling you, we want to do this, we want to do that. We want to get people here, we want to get people there who will help us. But then there is a division, there is classification of people based on their specialization. And so with this type of knowledge, we are giving you a content in a specific area where you are going to need it most and not just any other field. So that's why we say that it is classified and organized in accordance with the division of labor in research. So you know that this is where I am going. This is the industry I am going. You cannot go and learn other people's content or whatever information is related to their field. The subject curriculum gives information. It gives only information to those who are working in specific areas where they aim at becoming specialists and experts in such fields or areas. That's why he said the content is selected and ordered in such a way as to discipline the learner in those classifications, like let's say categories and arrangement of ideas that have proved most beneficial in locating and investigating new problems of specialized research. So you see that whatever information you are designing for the students, you are designing it for them so that they will be able to now use the information, the skills they've gathered there to be able to fit well or be able to get whatever they want to do in that specific area. Point 2 is saying that the curriculum emphasizes expository discourse. It emphasizes expository discourse and techniques of explanation. They emphasize expository discourse and techniques of explanation. So of course, there are language and there are jargons that are supposed to be used in every field. Someone is in ICT, the way someone communicates in ICT is different from how someone in building technology communicates. So there is a specific way of explaining issues in there. That's why we're saying exposition is a form of discourse. And by discourse, we are talking about language and writing, in which ideas are stated and elaborated so that they may be understood. That is why it is mostly important that a curriculum developer always try to bring the consumer and the implementer on board, so that, especially the implementer, you need to bring the implementer closer to you so that you explain to him or her that this is what I want to do, this is what we want to do. That is why they have been organizing workshops for students, for teachers, so that they will be able to teach the curriculum very well. When they brought the new curriculum, they started using something like strands, substrands, exemplaries, indicators, performance indicators, and you say, hey, what are these? What do you want to tell us? Context standard. So you see, all of these are jargons that are in there, and you need to be able to understand them. So there are specific ways we use these jargons and these terminologies, and you need to be able to teach them so that they will be able to understand. And there are processes that we need to follow. So where we teach from simple to complex, known to unknown, then we also teach based on pre-request learning, proceeding from whole to part, and proceeding chronologically. So all of these things are very important. Whenever you want to teach this type of curriculum, there are specific ways and specific caveats, strategies you need to follow to be able to present the content as expected of you. Now we come to the essential. So it means that these characteristics can be found in other domain or in other types of curricula. So first one, the subject may be required of all students. Anytime you are hearing of required of all students, then we are talking about the core curriculum. So this can be found in other, so let's say the core curriculum, it can be found there. So it can be required for all the students who are going to the program of study. Then it can also be required for only for certain specified groups. So it means there are people in the school, but some people will decide to do this. So just like we are here right now, this is a subject curriculum that we are all treating, we are all learning. But then all of you are supposed to be teachers. All of you are supposed to be teachers. And all teachers are supposed to know the general principles of the curriculum, the general curriculum and its practices. But then that one is required for all students. And it is a subject curriculum because they want to become teachers in that specific, they want to become teachers in that regard. Then required only for certain specified group. So in your case too, there are some of you here who also want to major, let's say, the humanities. And so you have the sciences, all of them have done the general principle of curriculum. Now you come to humanities, we have specific way of teaching you. And there are certain things you need to read and there are certain things you don't need to read. So in the second semester, we are going to do something, a course called Morality and Social Values. Morality and Social Values. And that one is required for all students. Okay. Then you, in this specific group, you are also reading this. Then elected by certain groups, then elected by certain individuals, and elected by everyone. So the subject, this is required of all the people, and it boils down to where the individuals are learning it on its own or on their own. Then point 2, constant subject constitutes the greater part of the common learning or general education program. So constant learning, and it explains that the program is general, the program of general education is determined in subject curriculum by making some subjects constant in all the programs of study. So for the subject curriculum, it can be made constant where people will learn everything. If you're saying that you are religious education, you want to either minor or major religious education, there are some subjects, there are some courses that are made constant for you to read, no matter where you go. And unless you say you don't want to either minor or major. And in this case, the morality I'm talking about, I think from next cohort, the second block, you are going to do that. So it is made constant and all people are learning about it. Although you, those measuring religion, you have upper hand. You will be able to talk about religious issues like you are drinking water in the midnight. Then third essential characteristic is saying that requirement of subject does not mean identical experiences for all students. So once we expect everyone to learn, we don't expect everyone to say that he or she has learned it equally. So people bring in different mentalities and other things. So we don't say that they have all learned the same thing. That's why we are saying that doesn't mean identical experiences for all the learners. Maybe the way the teachers were teaching, they saw it differently. Some of them saw it differently. So it is unfair to accuse the subject curriculum of attempting to provide identical experience for everyone studying a required subject. Teachers of this curriculum this curriculum are not untrained in educational psychology. So they are all trained. And we know that individual differences exist. And so it is not something that we say that all the people have learned it. Of course, not all of us are the same. So we cannot say that all of them have equal experiences. Then it is required an elective. So required and elective subjects are determined in advance. So before I come to the classroom, I have learned, or I have in mind what I want to come and teach. So I'll just come. It is already predetermined. I have planned already, and I'm just coming to teach you. Unlike the activity curriculum where it is full of activities, and there is also a negotiation between the teacher and the learners where they decide. For this one, before I'll come, I've already decided that I want to do this. Even the assessment techniques, how to assess you, I would have done I have read on all of those things, decided them in advance before I will just come to you. All right. Then elective courses, differentiated assignments, and special subject matter care for individual differences in interest and abilities. So this also paves way for people to use different methods and different assessment techniques to teach you. Don't forget the teacher is at the center. So the teacher can decide, unlike the standardized one, where questions will be coming from Accra, from question house, and it will be given to you. Yeah, because you know your students and experiences are not identical. Experiences are not identical. You need to bring in different ways to assess your students so that they will benefit from whatever you intend teaching them. Right. So let us end it here for the night. And in our next meeting, that's God willing, next week, we shall talk about the common core or the core curriculum or the specialized curriculum and look at other interesting issues. By the time we will be done with this, I'm sure we would have covered all the areas. So please don't also hesitate. Start reading, and the questions will be coming from this content. Yes, so I see Okua. I don't know
Yes,
whether.
please.
Okay.
Yeah, doctor, please. I am also new here, so I'm not on the platform. Please, what am I going to do to be added to the platform?
Yes, so please, I've given my number out. The
Okay.
0540. Maybe you may write it down.
Okay, sir.
0540
Okay.
388 336.
38336.
Yes, please. You just give me
Okay.
hi and I'll save it and add you. In fact, should we try to get, I see some people have joined us on the platform who are not religious, let's say religion major students, but they have joined us and they are finding it very difficult to leave. When you want to put information that it makes it difficult.
Okay, sir. Please, I'm also not a
The
religion
hammer is
major
not up
student.
to
I
10.
am a minor. I am mining. The religion is my minor this thing. So
But is it in your portal?
okay, for now I've not registered yet because when I opened they said it's closed for the street students. So they said they will open it on Saturday so that I can register the courses. So I'm not yet registered.
Oh, okay. So this one is for major. This course is for those who are majoring religion, and you are going to be examined on that. You are going to be examined on this. That's why it is prudent if you are majoring, you show up and participate fully.
Okay, thank you very much. So if it's not my major, then I shouldn't be here.
No.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much, sir.
If it's not your major, you need to look for your major. Your major may
Okay.
probably be English, right?
It's Ghanaian language, please.
Yes, then you have to go there.
Okay, sir.
If
Thank
you
you
want
very
to
much.
also if you want to also switch here, then you have to switch and come.
Okay,
You
sir.
have to move to the center so that they switch you.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome. All right. Is there any other?
So please, are we going to be are we going to be giving the distance? The recording.
Yes, it will be given. So I see someone has been posting it to your platform.
Yes, sir.
Platform.
Yes, sir. No, WhatsApp
Pardon?
platform.
Yes,
WhatsApp
WhatsApp.
group.
Yeah, so I'll you whenever I chanced on that, and I'll forward it to your platform. Okay.
Okay, please. The WhatsApp platform. The subject is what?
Curriculum studies in RME.
So please, what about curriculum studies? Is it the same thing? Curriculum studies in religious studies.
Yes, yes,
Yes,
That is it.
yes.
yes.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, sir, please. My question is, please, can you give me the difference between the creativity, innovation, and the renovation? These three words: creativity, innovation, and renovation.
Yeah, so creativity is where you are trying to create something, bring something new, bring something board.
To new.
Then, yes, innovation is new. You are bringing something new on board, and it involves creativity. You have to be creative before you can bring something new on board. You get it?
Okay.
Then the renovation means the thing is already in the system. It is in there, but then let's say part of it is faulty.
Okay.
That is the case. Then you are going to fix that part which is not working well. So it's like you have a building which the top is leaking. Whenever it rains, it leaks. If that's the case, then it means that you are going to now remove the top and renovate it so that you introduce something new to cover that thing, that leakage. You get it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, please. So that you are just pushing everything aside and bring something new on board. Then there is where you are also editing or making amendments on a part of the curriculum. That is curriculum renovation.
Okay.
Yes, so that one too is there.
Thank you, sir.
You are most welcome.
So in this case, we can say that the new curriculum that was designed for us to follow recently. So did they renovate the curriculum?
It was a curriculum reform.
This one was reform, not renovation.
Reform. Yeah, no, not renovation. Renovation, like they will just pick the existing curriculum and make some amendments in it. But for now, they say, no, we want to pick it the whole, and now we want to push it or we want to trade somewhere and bring something new on board.
Okay, thank you.
So we have reformed the curriculum.
So are we not meeting again until next week, Thursday? What about Tuesday?
Yes, of course, we will meet on Tuesday.
Tuesday?
Yes, please. So Tuesday and Thursday. See you all on Tuesday then.
I think we have met only once. Only for today. Since the program started.
Who is this?
This is Sadiq.
Do you know what you are saying?
So I think Sarek is talking about the introduction to religion and human values. Not this one. So Sarek, probably have to.
Has someone bitten your nose before? When I catch you, I'll bite your nose. Today is the fourth time we have met. I mean, in fact, when you see me run, I'll bite your nose. I don't like any part of your body than your nose.
Then I'm lost in the forest, you, because
Oh, so we have curriculum studies in religious studies. Okay, that is what we are doing. Then
yes.
we also have introduction to religious and human values. That one too is there. That one is where you are talking about pure religion. What is religion? What is uh, the various types of the various definitions of religion? Moral definition, theoretical, philosophical, psychological. They are also different from what we have here. You get it?
Yes, sir.
So this prepares you to go and teach religion in the classroom. So this one is related to the pedagogy. Then religion and human values will prepare you for the content. Yes. So we ask content and pedagogy, which one is the most important thing? It's a question that you need to think about. Someone will say the content is more important. Someone will say, the pedagogy is more important too, like the methods and the strategies in teaching. So which one of them will you rate on 100? Will you give it 50-50 or you give it 30-70? Which one of them?
Is that this your question is like asking the chicken and then the egg, which comes first?
which came first?
Yeah.
Yes. So the chicken and the chick, the egg and the chick.
Yeah.
Or let's say the chicken. Which one of them was born first?
It's not easy. That the same question applies to the pedagogy and then us.
So think about it. We shall discuss that one day.
The content and pedagogy.
Yes. Will you rate them on the same scale or you give them different skills?